So if you watch my previous video, which I did on the biggest wins of 2021 or the highlights of 2021, I promised to make another video on the lessons learned in 2021, because wow, the lessons I learned in 2021, like I said in the previous video, are lessons that I'll carry along for a lifetime and I'll keep going back to them, so that to really acknowledge that that is a lesson that I learned, and I would like to let them to remain with me as lessons learned. And so in this video, that is what I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you, I think, about 9 life lessons that I learned in 2021. So I'll be making references to my notebook, yeah, so that to really share with you how how the lesson I learned for each of the points that I'll be giving. So welcome again to my channel. Please watch out to my previous video I did on the highlights of 2021, and then also watch this one and recommend the video to friends and relatives, and remember to give it a like. So without further ado, I'll get into the video. So lessons learned in 2021. So my lesson number 1 is to treasure every moment, like to treasure it and to live every moment. Why this I consider it as a lesson, because along the way I had shared previously that along the way, especially after I graduated, I got into this zone of finding a job, or really wishing to have an income, to be stable. You know, I got this pressure of, now because I've graduated, I need to do this and this, I need to have an income, I got so much pressure, and to some extent I forgot to look around me and just appreciate what I was having. Like for me, I said that I got a baby, and so she was still small. By the time I was graduating on May 28 May, she was still around 5 months. So I was still raising her up and everything. But what I did, to some extent, I got caught up in now wanting to have an income, to settle and everything, that I didn't entirely, but I almost took for granted what I was having. Like then appreciating motherhood, really appreciating it enough, very well. And this happened especially after graduation. So because of that, I learned, when I realized that, hey, I'm getting depressed now, I'm getting frustrated and everything, I'm all caught up with this, finding a job, having an income, starting so many side hustles. When I realized I was getting caught up by everything that was happening, that is when I realized, hey, I need to pause everything and really appreciate what I'm having right now. What I have, I'm a young mom. This is something I want to feel proud of. So let me treasure what I have at the moment. So that is a lesson I learned, to really pressure, because sometimes you may get caught up with things around you. You put pressure on yourself and you feel like you're failing, but actually you're not. It's just because you're not appreciating what you are already having. So that is a lesson that I would really like to remember, that regardless of whatever is happening around me, regardless of what I'm doing and everything, I should always pressure what I have at the moment, what I'm going through. I should pressure what I have at the moment. So that was my lesson learned number 1. So my lesson number 2 I learned is money in 2021. So these are lessons I learned that I even packaged them into a video. Watch out my video of my bad money habits. Yeah, watch out that video and you'll get to understand why I say that I was having poor money spending habits and everything. So what I realized, I'm usually very good at noting everything, noting down expenses. I can tell you like the exact money I've interacted with for the whole of 2021 because I like noting. I go buy something, I write it down. I go do shopping, I write down. I pay something, I send some money somewhere. So what I realized after doing now like a summary, what I realized in 2021 about money is that there's no small or big money, because what I learned is that I had interacted or come across or I had handled a lot of money. That is according to me, entirely according to me. I felt I had handled a lot of money, but I couldn't really account very well on how I used it. Or even if I could account, because I usually write down everything, I wouldn't say I was very much proud of how I used my money in 2021. And that is when I realized there's no small or big money. It's about how you manage your money, because someone can be having some few money than you and do something really great than somebody else who is having a lot of money. So that is something I really learned about money in 2021. There's no big or small money. There's no small or big money. It's about how you manage, and that is something I've been now working on, making sure that in 2022 I'll manage my money very well and wisely and really account and be proud. You can be accountable of how you spent your money, but not really be proud of how you spent your money. So that is a name I'm having in 2021, to not only account for the money I used in 2021, but in 2022, but also to be able to be proud of how I've used my money in 2022. So yeah, that was another lesson in 2021. There's no small or big money. It's about how you use your money. What are the habits that you are holding, about how you spend money and everything. So my lesson number 3 is I realized that you need to really understand what your dreams are and have the courage to chase your dreams and make sure, be accountable that these are my dreams and I'm fully responsible for my dreams. And so I alone know what my dreams are. I alone will be accountable to make sure that my dreams comes into a reality, and following your dreams is very, very important. And so what I realized is in 2021 that dreams are very important. And yeah, actually, basically what I realized about dreams is, you know your dreams, you alone will be accountable of your dreams, and you need to do everything possible to make sure that you are working on your dreams and you're making sure that your dreams will become a reality. When still talking about dreams, I realized that life will present me with numerous opportunities. Life will present me with numerous choices to make, but it's about me to decide to know which choice do I want to make, because what I will say about a choice is your dream. So it's about you to realize among the choices presented to me, which of the choices are my dreams, which of the choices is what I'm passionate about, is what I want to go for, is what I want to pursue. So you need to understand your dreams and go for them and be really accountable for them. Chase your own dreams. My life lesson number 4 is you need to learn to say no. Oh, this one was quite a lesson, because sometimes you find that people you are saying no to are the people who are very close to you, are the people you do not want to disappoint, are the people you do not want to tell them no. They are the people you love and hold so much dear to, and so telling them no is very hard. But you need to stand up on for yourself and really say no, because maybe by saying that no is a step to making your dreams a reality. So even if it's very hard sometimes to say no, you need to learn to say no. But what you'll do, learn to say no politely, learn to say no, learn to disagree, learn to decline an offer politely. Yeah, don't be so all over no and everything making drama or anything, but just learn for your own sake, for your own good, learn to say no, because sometimes that no could be your dreams to come true could be really relying on you to say that no. So learn to say no. Yeah, learn to say no to some of the things. No, not everything, but where it is needed, learn to say it. Learn to say no. Life lesson number 5 is you learn to face challenges. Like learn to overcome challenges. Learn to really deal with them instead of avoiding the challenges. I realized in 2021 for me there was a lot of challenges that came along my way, and what I realized is learning away from the challenges and not dealing with them is not a solution. So learning how to deal with a challenge as it comes, and really seeing that you have really working to make sure that you have got to the bottom of the challenge that you have experienced is very important. Learn to deal with the challenge rather than avoid the challenge. Yeah, learn you'll experience challenges maybe at home, at work, everything, everywhere there are challenges. But learn how to deal with the challenges as they come. Don't learn from them, face them, face them head on and really deal with them. So that, because what I realized is when you don't solve a challenge and you learn from it, what you do is just postpone. It will still need to be solved, so you'll be just postponing the challenge, and when you'll actually solve it, that is when you'll have actually gotten the solution of the challenge. So deal with the challenge as it comes, don't run away from it. My life lesson in 2021, number 6, the sixth life lesson I learned in 2021 is, I'll say, the lessons I learned from the multiple side hustles that I tried. When I tell you multiple, yeah, believe you me, they were multiple. They were multiple side hustles that I tried, and what I would like to appreciate is that with every side hustle I tried, there was a lesson I learned. And so basically, yeah, the most of the challenges related to side hustles were money wise, financial wise, and one was about how to be accountable of the money, the business money. Another thing was to separate uh, business money and personal use. Let me tell you, almost 80% of the businesses I started, they failed because I could not separate business money and my money for personal use. Like I used to the money from the business and I used it for personal use. There was no case that it happened I used the money for personal use and I put it in the business. No, it was always I took money from the business and used it for personal use. And what that did was, obviously, there was not enough capital to run the business. It could not survive. You get it. So basically what I learned about all the side hustles that I tried was, one, you need to have a plan. Yeah, one was the biggest lesson I learned. You need to plan. Have at least a structure of the business. Where do you want it to go? For me, I was just starting a business for the sake of getting a coin. I did not have any future expectations or anything for the business. That's what I realized. So you need to have a plan of what are the expectations and how do you plan on making those expectations a reality. Number two, be accountable. Yeah, make sure that each and every money from the business is accountable. How is it coming in? How is going out? And three, separate money from your business and from your personal use. Don't take money from your business. And the other lesson I learned is that, like I said, I started so many side hustles. And I met this one man who told me, beware of just starting any side hustle or anything just because you want the money too much. He told me you may end up getting frustrated because what you are after is just the cash flow. You are having money is coming in, money is coming out, and what you may fail to realize is that even if you may be getting the money from the business, you don't forget the other things that you may be getting from the business, from the interactions, from the his exact word was, not the environment you put yourself when you are doing these side hustles. Okay, I'll admit some of the side hustles I did were quite odd. Just to get the money, they were quite odd. And so he cautioned me to make sure that I just don't get caught up in everything. You just want the money and everything, and then you forget that you are interacting with people, you are settling to a certain crowd, a certain environment. He cautioned me of the environment you interact with. He said you become the environment you are in. And so that by saying that, he was challenging me and telling me, if you want to be in like, evaluate what kind of environment you would like to be in. What kind of people would you like to interact with? What kind of an environment in general would you like to be living in and everything? Because he told me you become the environment you are in. And what happens, maybe because I was doing some odd jobs, so what he was trying to caution me was that what you'll do, you start interacting with these people, which is not wrong. I'm not. You start interacting with these people, and soon you start settling with their perspective in life, and soon, without even realizing, you'll start adopting their dreams, their they how they view life and everything, and so you'll settle for them, for the environment that you have settled in. And so, and he was giving me an example, like, maybe you go, now he was giving me the example because as a graduate, now he was telling me, you'll go into a work environment where maybe those who are being employed don't even need papers. It's casual and everything. And anybody can come in and get the job without no need of qualifications or professional papers. And then because you're very desperate to get the job, what you do, you just go there because you'll be getting the money. And so he was telling me, you'll go there and you'll be telling yourself, I'm just here for the money. But what you'll not be realizing is the interaction you're making, and you're getting used to it and everything. So he was saying that I'll go there, start working, and make a friend, one or two, even maybe go and start having a relationship with somebody there. Maybe you're even not in the same educational level and everything. And so before you know it, you are settling down to maybe his ideas, his perception of life, which is lower than what you were expecting for yourself. And so you meet with his friends, you meet with spam. Now the circle you're building yourself is not what you are doing for your is. So what I'm trying to get at is that to make sure that the environment you're settling in is what you have perceived as your world. Not to settle in other people's perception of their world, not to settle in other people's environments, and not your own environment that you would have wished for. So, because if you settle in an environment that was not what you would have perceived for, what you'll be doing is you will be settling in other people's environment. That is maybe what they have wanted for their lives. Maybe they are living their dreams, and what you're doing is now you are living their dream, you are living in their environment, you're starting to take the perception of their world, you're starting to get the understanding of their environment and not the environment that you would have wanted for yourself. So he really encouraged me to make sure that whatever situation I'm in, let me re-evaluate myself and ask myself, is the environment that I am in currently, is this the environment that I've always dreamed for? Is it the environment that I've always wanted to be in? Is this the people I'm interacting with? Are they the people that I would want in my environment? Is the environment I'm living in is it really what I want for myself? So that not to take other people's perception of life, not to take other people's dreams and settle in their dream environments, to make sure always that you're living your dream in your own environments, and you become the environment you are in. And so make sure that the environment you become is the environment you've wanted for yourself. And so my life lesson number 7 is to not settling for less. And so this one I'll really not go deep into it because it will be summarized with what I've just shared with you about the environment and becoming the environment you want. So not settle in other people's environments. Don't settle in other people's perception and understanding of world. Settle in the environment you've always wanted for yourself. So never settle for less. And so, and my final life lesson that I learned in 2021 is to live every moment. Like, what I understand by this is that I started keeping a gratitude journal. And so by keeping a gratitude journal, what it helps you realize is that there's so many things to be grateful for in life. There's so many things. If you only took time or the effort to realize these many things that you can be grateful for. And so if you understand and get to really appreciate these things that you can be grateful for, you'll be able to better live for the moment. I realized this towards the end of the year, and when I started seriously keeping a gratitude journal, I was very able now to appreciate and live and treasure every moment. So live every moment, and I will really encourage you to keep that gratitude journal because it will really show you another side of life. Because what it does to you especially is when maybe you are low and you're feeling discouraged or anything, you're feeling uninspired and everything, you go back to that gratitude journal and you relive those moments and you feel good and you start viewing the world in a different way, and you are like, oh, even if life is not as good because in this field I wanted this and this is not happening, but there are other fields in your life that are still going on well. So live every moment, like try to find good in every moment, and so that to enjoy every moment. It's so much bad to live in a bad environment, to feel discouraged, and then when you finally wake up and realize, oh, it's like you've been given another person the credit to ruin your life. If, like, you've been given a situation, the credit to not be happy. But when you learn how to overcome those challenges, to live even regardless of the challenges, is a very, very good feeling. And even in 2021, I'm realizing this so much, that learning to live in every moment is quite really important, and it's a life lesson. And so those were my 8 life lessons that I learned in 2021, and I feel I'll be carrying these life lessons for a lifetime. I'll be carrying them along. I'll be going back and reading them again and reminding myself. I want them to stay within my conscience. Yeah, deep down. Yeah, that's what I mean. I want to carry them along with me always, because they were really nice life lessons, and I'm very grateful that I found these life lessons, especially at my stage, another stage of my life. And so yeah, those were my life lessons in 2021. Please share in the comment section what were the life lessons that you learned in 2021, and how are you planning to use the life lessons you learned in 2021 to better your 2022, because this year, yeah, we are going to take it by force. 2022 is ours by force. So yeah, those are my life lessons. Share, let's interact in the comment section, and please give this video a like, and if you're new here, please remember to subscribe. Until next time, bye.